Now for our pterodactyl, I've got a white 5-inch round blown up to about 1.5 to 2 inches, and then a blue 5-inch round blown up just a little bit larger. Both of the nozzles are trimmed really close on those. I've got two blue 260s each with about 5-inch tails left on the end of them, and then I've got a blue 360 with about 5 to 6 inches left uninflated on it. And we're going to start with the 360. There we go. Forgot to trim that. Trim that really close because that's going to stick out. Make about a 4-inch bubble, followed by 2 more 4-inch bubbles. And you're going to twist the second two, bodies 2 and 3 together, because there's your pterodactyl's head with his beak and that little point cone thing sticking out the back of their head. I guess they were the original cone heads. And then we're going to take and make about a 3-finger bubble for the neck, followed by a small pinch twist. Then about a little wider than my hand. I'll make it a little smaller. Make about a 4-finger bubble, followed by another pinch twist. And I'll make 2 more bubbles the same size. I'm going to go back up, twist into that pinch twist in the front, come back down, twist into the pinch twist in the back. And what's left is going to be his tail, so I'll give it a little shake there. And I'll put the pinch twist in the front under his neck, the pinch twist in the back on top, so you can see it kind of positions him like that. Let's go ahead and complete his head. So I'm going to take the blue 5-inch round, divide it into 2 bubbles, to give him some cheeks. This helps his head stay in position better, makes it look a little cuter. The white 5-inch round, split it into 2 for his eyeballs. And I'll put both of those right there in the middle of his head, with the white on top of the blue. So now you can see how his head and those cheeks, how they make him a little bit cuter and more fun. Okay. Now, there we go. Now we're going to take our 2 blue 260s, and I'm going to go ahead and tie them end to end, nozzle to nozzle. Trim that up a little bit, and I'm going to twist where they're tied together, and that pinch twist at the front of his body, the base of his neck. Toss them over to lock them. And then what we're going to do 1 wing at a time. So I'm going to take the first wing, and I'm going to go out about a thumb and a hand width, put a pinch twist, do it again, put another pinch twist, and then come back. This is a preference thing, how you want his wings to look. I'll usually come to about where, there we go, this is a little long, or a little shorter than both of those combined. Like that. Twist that in to the pinch twist on the back, and then do the same for his other wing. So you've got the long bubble followed by a pinch twist, the next bubble the same size followed by a pinch twist, and then I'm going to line this up so it's the same length and twist that back in for the final bubble. So now we've got his wings. And you can see him beginning to take shape there. His wings a little shape if you like. Now for his feet, you can leave them straight down as sticks, but I like to give his feet a little more character, so I'll make about a 3-finger bubble, followed by a little pinch twist, and a little small feet. So about 2-finger bubbles. Just gotta hang on to them. And then come back into the pinch twist where we were. And then a small bubble in the back and pop this excess off. Tie it. And then do the same for his other foot. Come back in. And that's long enough, so I'm just going to tie that off and trim it. And there, maybe a cute little pterodactyl.